I wanted to make sure we were taping. So the nice thing about this is I'll upload this to my YouTube channel, and then you'll be able to watch it.
Okay.
And watching it, and you'll be able to slow it down a little bit if you want, but watching it, you'll see things that you totally miss when it's live, you know, you'll be like, oh, look at that, oh.
Well, I think I miss a lot of things anyway, you know, I noticed that when we were working with Maggie, the other trainer, she would see things that I totally missed.
Yeah, well, you know, we're cute to see those things.
Yeah.
It's a matter of, it's a matter of survival for us, and it doesn't make much sense for us not to know.
No.
So dog body language is everything for a dog, because that's how they communicate.
Right.
So the one sense that we have that is better than dogs is speech. Dogs don't have speech. But as far as hearing goes, they have 18 muscles in their ears. Their ears move around like this so that they can, you know, get the harmonic, they hear things like when you pulled into Milford Park, the dog, if it was used to you coming home, it would hear that car pull in, it would hear it that far away.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
Yeah.
At the end of our street.
Their nose is incomparable. We have no idea what all their noses can do.
I know, I would love to be able to smell like they do just for 5 minutes.
Well, maybe.
I just want to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Not for too long.
The thing about dogs are, they're amoral. They have no moral system. They don't live in a world of right or wrong. They live in a world of it's safe or it's not safe. That is their world. So there's no Moses came down off of the mountain, you know, with the 10 Commandments for dogs. That doesn't mean they don't love us. They do love us. But that look of I'm guilty, they're not guilty. They have no guilt whatsoever. They know when they displease us, and that little muscle here that has them look like they're guilty, that is a body language mechanism for them to go, I'm so cute, don't hurt me. So their eyes, they can take in, they can see in infrared. So they see their prey, they see a warm body. They see better at dusk and dawn than we do. They can take in ultraviolet light, we can't. So, and they have the reason they can take that is because they have that reflective lens, which you've seen taking a picture and the dog's eye looks like devil dog. That's that reflecting back out. It was when I did night searches with my dog, the one thing you never did, and we wore headlamps, you never turned to your dog and blinded them. You know, it just was not what you wanted to do. Although seeing is not their primary source, but it is a source of what's going on in the world.
I didn't know they could see infrared.
Yeah, they can see their prey. They can see the warm body. That's how they know. That's how they know where they are. Of course, dogs have been so domesticated that they some of those things have been bred out through the domestication. I watched on Netflix, I think it was on Netflix, The Mind of a Dog. It's a great movie. It's very entertaining, very fun, if you have Netflix. But one thing that the one attribute that is important above all else in our world, in every species, is friendliness. That's how dogs got to become domesticated in dogs, because it was the friendly wolf, the wolf that was willing to be close enough to us that they could get our discards. Including, they ate feces, they ate everything. So that's why, that's a pretty natural thing for a dog to do. It's not, it's disgusting to us, but to them, they're like, they don't have it that way. You almost lost that. I'm gonna move very slowly, and I'm going to add a little bit of this to the snuffle mats. I think we know what that was, didn't we? There you go. Yeah, she's not a big snuffle mat dog. She likes licking mats. She's not a big snuffle mat.
She's not really used to the snuffle mats, because that first one I got rid of because it was useless. And the second one I haven't had very long, so I think she's only worked on it once or twice.
Yeah. Well.
But at home she likes to pick them up and shake them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So it kind of defeats the snuffling purpose.
It does, but the scent is there.
Yeah.
So, she might get some. It's like we have well, she didn't use it, so, she doesn't like it, so. But we really don't have any evidence for that.
That's true.
All we have is our prejudice. And the answer to the question is always behind our prejudice. It's always sitting there. So.
I just find it interesting. We took her to 2 puppy classes, and one of them, there was only 2 dogs in it, but they had a snuffle mat, and so she used it like she's doing here, but she doesn't. It's like if she's not at home, she doesn't feel like she needs to pick them up. I don't know.
Right.
It's kind of interesting to me.
Right.
She reacts differently.
Yeah, well, that fresh chicken breast is,
Yeah, I'm sure it's...
that beats the heck out of, I use, mostly I use dehydrated, liver or dehydrated chicken breast. I use that because that's Haven's absolutely his favorite,
But she's not a huge food loving dog.
Does she like toys?
Some. She has her favorites.
Yeah, what are her favorites?
Well, her very favorite is this raccoon thing that squeaks, and then it has, like the tail end has some kind of crackly stuff in it, and the head end does.
Oh, yeah.
But she loves to play tug with that thing and make it squeak.
And make it squeak, yeah.
And it's amazingly held up. I bought a new one just the other day, just in case this other one.
Does she tear stuff up?
Not too bad.
Yeah, see, Haven doesn't tear anything up. He's got little tiny toys that were my 16-pound Chihuahuas. And he carries them around in his mouth. He just loves it. That's all he wants to do is carry them around in his mouth.
No, she tears them up a little, but not as bad as like my labs. I couldn't give them toys, because they were just.
Yeah, no, it's,
So she's very gentle on them, I have to say, compared to other dogs I've had.
did you do anything with your labs?
Not much. The first one
They were-
was
they
a
were pets?
long time ago. Yeah, they were pets. My daughter was young, and so she did some obedience
Okay.
competition with him. I think he went to maybe intermediate or something. But no, the other ones, they were just pets.
Have you, done the control on leash exercise pattern games? That,
Some of them,
some of them.
like the ping pong game, the 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3 is just a really amazing. If you get your dog into 1, 2, 3, you'll have a recall with with the letter 3. Every time you say 3, the number 3.
She likes that.
She likes that game, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing to do with that is to put her on a longer lead, like a 15-foot, 30-foot lead, and take her outside next and do it. If she's got it in the house,
Oh, definitely she has it in the house.
the next step is to take it out so that you have a bit of environment to compete with. And then once she's comfortable with that, then you can start to add harder and harder distractions. But you have to add those distractions very slowly. I have somebody, if she was here with me doing 1, 2, 3, we were doing it back and forth, I would have somebody 6 to 8 feet away slowly walk by while we were doing 1, 2, 3. If she was fine with that, I would have them move a little quicker in a horizontal manner. And if they're still fine with that, I would have them run across that area. If she's still okay with that, then I bring her into 4 feet. I bring the person into 4 feet. 4 feet.
When she was smaller, I used to walk her sometimes on a long line. But she would go
She's
absolutely
fluffing.
nuts. She's bluffing.
Well, because she's like seeing how I react to that. She's looking to see, will that send those elephants away?
So anyway, what I was going to say is we had her on a long line, what I did, and when she was smaller, but she would go completely bananas.
Yeah.
And now she's too big that if she does that, I couldn't hold her. So
You don't have, yeah. Well, anytime that that you have on a leash or anything, your elbows are at your waist. Your elbows are glued to your waist. Okay? Because if you do this, she's dragging you down the street.
Yeah.
You've given her all the leverage she needs.
Well,
She likes peanut butter and pumpkin too.
oh yeah. We have an easy walk harness I've been using, but then I read that that's not so good for their muscles here in the chest or something. So
Does it restrict her?
not when she's not pulling,
Okay,
but if she pulls hard, it does a little bit of restriction here.
does a little bit of restriction.
So I ordered something called the Freedom Harness.
I don't like the freedom harness.
You don't like it?
It's a lot of harness. I use the balance harness. I like that if I'm going to use a harness. It's a pretty easy harness. And it has the front and the back clip. And that way, if you want to, if she's pulling, you can do the front clip and the back clip and just hang on to the leash in the center part. And that gives you some power steering.
Yeah. But the Freedom one has the back and front loop too.
It does have the back and front loop. I'll show you a Freedom harness. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Good girl. Good, Shiloh. That was good. 3, 3, 3, 3. Do you want to play, huh? Do you want to play? Do you want to play? What have I got that you might like to play with? What do I have that you might like to play with? I have this. Ooh. Look at that. What's that?
You're looking for food.
She also gets, her sense of smell is acute, so she gets to smell that, and then she gets to come a little bit closer while she's investigating and get a little bit more of my scent.